Joe Buck has one of the coolest names ever and the most recognizable voices in sports. Most recently, though, he's been lending it to videos called quarantine calls. So it all started when his wife, Michelle, shared a pivotal moment with their son, Wyatt. Let's take a look.
And he wants to watch Blippi, folks. Oh, and he's hit his mom. He has hit his mom. Mom is playing it up. Wyatt is crying. Quarantine day 7. For us, it's about day 13.
Joe Buck and Michelle Beisner-Buck join us now. Welcome to DVL. Oh, man, that was hilarious. Michelle is the feature reporter for Monday Night Football and a mother of 2 twin boys. Is it easier to wrangle professional athletes or a pair of toddlers?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
Honestly, I think it's easier to wrangle my 2 toddlers because I have some control over that.
That's true.
He doesn't play in the NFL anymore, but there was an athlete that that the NFL lost recently, Antonio Brown. I once waited for him for 6.5 hours before we started the interview. So I'll go toddlers any day. I can put my toddlers on a leash if I have to. I mean, there are options there.
We've never done that, by the way.
We've never done that.
Never done. We don't condone that. I don't like seeing that in malls. I don't either. It just freaks me out.
All of a sudden, the news is the Bucks use leashes on their children. Joe, quarantine calls were inspired by Wyatt, but now you're calling all kinds of videos. So how is that going? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's something to do. We kind of joked at the beginning, like it was keeping me fresh with my play-by-play calls. But I think the bottom line is it's just kind of a diversion. I feel like without sports, everybody needs some sort of a diversion out there. And then I tacked on a little charitable arm to it. So if somebody like this guy, I did play-by-play, or this kid throws this, whatever it is, basketball into the hoop. If they get their video put back on Twitter with my voice on it, they have to make a donation to a charity of their choosing. I can't really follow up to make sure they do it, but why not try to raise money for so many people that are in need right now?
That's such a smart idea. Now, other than wrangling, what have you both been doing to pass the time? Is there like early happy hours? Are there puzzles going on? Any needle point working? What's going on? All of that?
Yes to the happy hours, no to the puzzles. I mean, I find that happy hour becomes earlier and earlier every day.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the clock at 11 and going, is it too early to pour a glass of wine in my coffee cup?
Yeah. We're also arguing a lot.
That's fine.
We're spending a lot of time. We're social distancing most of the time just because we don't want to be social with each other.
That's right.
Okay, this is fair.
No, we're good. He is finding out though that I'm not a natural blonde, which he wasn't aware of.
It's
before.
ombre.
Me either.
It's ombre. First of all, it looks fantastic. It's supposed to be there. It's totally ombre. Let's be honest. A lot of people are dealing with being with their spouse. How are you handling fights? Is there like let's give each other slack, or do you just literally go to different rooms?
Well, we fight very differently.
Okay.
First of all, we love hard, we fight hard. But when I get irritated or upset with my husband, I tend to close off, shut down.
Now you're making her mad all over again.
Right. I don't want to talk to him. This is his move, though, Tori. He likes to say, tell me what's wrong. I know there's something wrong. Just talk to me. So then when I finally break down and tell him what's wrong, he has no patience for it, becomes very defensive, and then storms out of the room. And so, and then we just take some time.
I have therapists for this. I don't need to talk into my computer on a nationally syndicated show to reveal all of my flaws.
I expect some pay for this, and I love that you just did the Friends bit there, Michelle. That was hilarious. Right there with you. Joe, you have spent more time in people's living rooms. That sounds super creepy, but it's not, than your own family. So how does your podcast, Daddy Issues, show a side of you we're not as familiar with?
Yeah, well, we just started it up. I've got daddy issues. I followed my dad into the business. I hosted with Oliver Hudson, who's Kate Hudson's brother, and Goldie Hawn's son, and Kurt Russell's son. And
he's got some daddy issues.
He's got daddy issues. He's got sister issues. So it's kind of a common theme that runs through everything. And it's available wherever you want to waste your time listening to podcasts.
I love how honest you
good.
got. It's good.
Really good.
And I need podcasts on the way to work. I also have a lot of issues, so I'll be tuning in. You guys have been delightful. I hope we're secretly friends in my head. Joe Buck, Michelle Beisner-Buck, thank you so much for being here. We will be right back. Bye, guys.
We love each other.